What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Odd Chopper channel. I'm your host, Mike, and this is Best Bets for UFC Vegas 80. This is Green versus Dawson, a good main event. Two UFC veterans, both of them, I think, in their first main event, so it should get interesting here. Green, the striker, versus Dawson, the grappler. We did have a week off last week, no UFC. We are back now, looking to do it a little differently this week. I am not going to give you my prop or my best bet or my favorite underdog. I'm just going to give you my favorite three plays on this card. We're going to do it that way going forward, see how it works out. A little bit easier for everybody to find these money lines and over unders. So we're going to do it that way. And maybe at the end, I will give you a prop just for my favorite prop. With that being said, first, I do want to talk about our sponsor here, Bet365. Currently, our offer is you deposit $10, you bet $5, and you get $150 in bet credits right there. You could see it on the screen. Currently, Bet365 is only available in Kentucky, Ohio, Virginia, New Jersey, Iowa, and Colorado. So you have to be in those states, and you must be 21 and older in most states for gambling. And if you have a gambling problem, please call or text 1-800-GAMBLER. With that being said, let's start out with the first fight that I like here. It is in the Felipe Lins versus Ian Cutelaba fight here. And we're looking at the under 1.5 here, right? Under 1.5. Minus 154 on FanDuel. And there's a lot behind this under 1.5. First of all, when we look at Felipe Lins, 38 years old, he's dropping down from heavyweight. This guy's fought at heavyweight for a good chunk of his career. And now currently, this guy is fighting at light heavyweight now that he's 38 years old. Obviously, not the best sign, not the best thing to do, but he's looked good in his light heavyweight fights, right? He's gone 3-0 at light heavyweight. And now he's fighting a guy in Ian Cutelaba, who's just an absolute madman. This guy comes forward, throws big shots, wants to take the fight to the ground. And when you're on the ground and he's on top, he throws some very vicious ground and pound. Now let's go over some stats here, right? Ian Cutelaba 17-9. 15 of his wins are under the 1.5 minute mark, right? The 1.5 round mark. 6 out of his 9 losses are under the 1.5 round mark, right? On the opposite side, 10 of Felipe Lins' wins are the under the 1.5 round mark. Also, you have to remember he was at heavyweight, so probably his finishes were a lot tougher, because this guy probably is he's not supposed to be fighting at heavyweight. 3 of his 5 losses are under the 1.5 round mark. So what I'm trying to say here is this fight, the way Ian Cutelaba fights, it's in the small cage, in the apex. 154 just seems way off to me. I have this line more in the 200 to 225 range, and somehow, this line's sitting there at minus 154. So the first play of the night, Ian Cutelaba, Felipe Lins, under 1.5 at minus 154. And also historically, light heavyweights, these fights end under 1.5 at a very, very high clip. So that is going to be our first play of the night. Also now, let me shout out oddshopper.com. And currently, we have a great offer on oddshopper.com. You will get our premium oddshopper.com, your premium package, 50% off, whether you want to pay for the first week or the first month. You get 50% off. You have to use code NFL50. Link will be down below. Click that link. You get access to all the sports on oddshopper.com. I use it all the time, guys. It's a really, really, really good tool to use. If you're betting props, if you're looking for sharp lines, in which books, really, really good tool, man. I love that tool. I'm highly recommending that. I'll be honest with you. Also, I do want to say that we have, with the link down below, 50% off our Discord, where I put my entire UFC Vegas 80 card. along with Bellator 300 this week, because I will have some plays on Bellator 300. So look for that link down below for our Discord at Odd Shoppers, a great community, some great bettors in there. Ben Rasa. We have a bunch of really, really good guys in our Discord. I mean, I can't speak enough about some of these guys. Really, really good. So if you do want to hit that link down below, 50% off first week or first month for our Discord channel. With that being said, let's move on to the second play of the night. It is in the Montana Delarosa versus JJ Aldridge fight. And this is where I'm going with Montana Delarosa at -140. Now, hear me out on this one. 12-8-1 Montana Delarosa, right? Not the shiniest record. Record doesn't look very good, and you look on the other side, she's 12-6 as JJ Aldridge. So why are we betting the favorite here in Montana Delarosa at -140? So there are a lot of things behind this play here and a lot of things that I like. First off, she's a taller, longer girl at 125. She's the younger girl at 28 years old. She's the more experienced girl with 21 fights under her belt. And now, most importantly, Montana Delarosa, extremely, extremely good wrestler, good top game. And when you look at her losses in the UFC, 4 of them in the UFC she's lost, right? All of those girls are good grapplers. You got Tatiana Suarez, one of the best wrestlers. Macy Barber, extremely strong and good wrestler. Viviane Araújo, extremely strong and good grappler. And then Andrea Lee, who's also strong and is a good grappler herself. Now, she went to draw against Mayra Bueno Silva, who's also a very good grappler. And you could see in that fight, like, she got takedowns there. Montana Delarosa is an extremely good women's wrestler. And, when you look at her historically, she got Macy Barber down once. She completely destroyed Ariane Lipski, took her down, destroyed her on the ground. She got Mayra Bueno Silva down 3 times. Andrea Lee down 5 times. And now when you look at JJ Aldridge, a girl that's kind of struggled with grapplers, right? Na Liang, last one, very, very weak girl that fights at 115, got her down 3 times. Ariane Lipski, who's really not a grappler, got her down twice. Erin Blanchfield, everybody looks at that fight, and Erin Blanchfield kind of had trouble getting her down. But Erin Blanchfield does not have the wrestling that Montana Delarosa does. She's a way better submission grappler, and that's where she has her advantages. But the thing is, Montana Delarosa has a big, big grappling and wrestling edge here. I think she gets Aldridge down on the feet. I favor Aldridge by a very small bit, but again, she's going to be the smaller girl. So even in the striking, it's going to be close. But Montana Delarosa, man, I mean, she's faced a very, very tough level of opposition. All these girls that she lost to, I think JJ Aldridge probably loses to as well, including Mayra Bueno Silva, who she went draw with. So I really like Montana Delarosa here, -140. Big, big grappling edge. Give me the grappler. Give me the younger girl. Give me the bigger girl in Montana Delarosa, -140. Currently, actually, on William Hill and Caesars. Let's move on here. Our next play, and I will call this my favorite play of this card. It's in a Joaquin Buckley, Alex Morono fight. And here's a guy in Joaquin Buckley, 16-6. Just moved down to welterweight. This guy was fighting at middleweight when he shouldn't have been fighting at middleweight. To be honest, it's a 5'10" guy, shouldn't be fighting at middleweight. Very, very thick. And quite honestly, he did well at middleweight. It's not like this guy did not do well at middleweight. He got a lot of wins in the UFC at middleweight. 5 of them to be exact. He went 5-4 at middleweight. One of them was a head kick loss to DiCirico, which was kind of a weird outcome. He got knocked out by Kevin Holland, and then he got knocked out by Chris Curtis. Imavov fight, he got beat up pretty bad, but he came on really strong in round 3. Almost finished Imavov there in round 3. And then his last time out, his first fight at 170 in the UFC, knocked out Andre Fialho with a head kick. Very, very nice head kick. Was winning that fight, won round 1, was looking good. And now He's fighting a guy in Alex Morono, who to me, it's a lot less dangerous than any of these fighters he's faced. You know, Andre Fialho, Chris Curtis, Imavov, Duraev, El Hassan. You know, these guys are dangerous guys that hit hard. I just don't think Morono has that, man. And you know, here Buckley's the younger guy. He's the longer guy. He's gonna be the thicker and stronger guy here. You know, 76-inch reach to 72. Younger by 4 years. They have the same amount of experience. But look at Alex Morono's wins, and this is what caught my eye a lot. You know, an aging Tim Means, who's, you know, he got a win last time out, but I mean, this is towards the tail end of Tim Means' career. I mean, this guy's 39 years old, right? And in that fight, Tim Means hurt Alex Morono in round one, at the end of round one with the uppercut. He dazed him. Then when you look at the fight before that, 37-year-old Santiago Ponzinibbio knocked him out in round three. And, you know, Santiago Ponzinibbio was very good once upon a time, but he's not very good anymore. And he got knocked out there. You know, he got a win over Matt Semmelsberger. He got dropped in round three, but he still won. Then you look at Mickey Gall, David Zuara, Donald, you know, the ghost of Donald Cerrone. All these wins are not aging well. Anthony Pettis' loss is not aging well. Then when you look at the only guy who's kind of strong, young, kind of athletic guy, the last guy he fought was Chaos Williams, and he absolutely got killed in 27 seconds in that round. Joaquin Buckley is a lot more athletic, a lot faster, younger, bigger, stronger, all of these things than Alex Morono. Where does Alex Morono have an edge in this fight? And I can't find it. It's not going to be grappling, because he's not going to be able to take Buckley down. It's not in the striking, because he's a lot slower. And then the other thing is, Buckley's a southpaw. Morono holds his hands high, so body kicks are going to be there all day for Buckley. And Buckley throws them a lot. And Buckley throws head kicks a lot. So he throws body kicks so that you could drop your hand so you can set up the head kick, which is exactly what he did to Fialho, which is, I think, exactly what he's going to do to Alex Morono here. Morono ate a head kick from Means last time out, and Means fought at southpaw as well. The problem is Means never set up that head kick with body kicks prior to that, which I do think Buckley will do. I just favor Buckley everywhere here, and he's only minus 165. I think it's a good buy low spot on Buckley. It's a good fade spot on Alex Morono. Give me Joaquin Buckley here at minus 165, currently on MGM. Let's go over our three plays before we get out of here. First play, it is Linz Cutelaba under 1.5, minus 154 on FanDuel. Our second play is Montana Delarosa money line, minus 140 on Caesars. And our last play is Joaquin Buckley, minus 165 on BetMGM. That will wrap up our three plays for our best bets. Guys, again, our sponsor, Bet365, link is down below, oddshopper.com, link down below, and our Discord, link down below. Thank you for joining us today. Hit the like, subscribe to our channel, and once subscribed, hit that notification button so you can get all our videos here on the Odd Chopper YouTube channel. Thank you for joining, everybody. One last thing. Let's cash those tickets for UFC Vegas 80. See you all next week. Take care.